during the game was just huge, and then the Giants ended up winning 17-14. That was probably one of the best Super Bowls I watched. I remember watching the one after that with the Steelers against the Cardinals, and the Colts versus the Bears was before that. So I mean, yeah, it's a nice experience. But anyways, we're hopping into our first game here on Whirlwind. It is going to be between our orange Zerg player at the bottom right, Sacrilege.
That's right, and in the top right we have our blue Terran gSAnwis. This is going to be our first match on Whirlwind, and yeah, I'm being joined here by Austin. Give a little round of applause to Austin.
Yeah, I briefly joined. I'm only going to be here till 10 tonight because back at school for me. But
yep, that's probably how it is for a lot of people, and that's probably why the drop in attendance tonight, at least for players, because this is Monday. It's the week after New Year's, so yeah, a lot of people going back to school.
Yeah, it sucks for me because I start really early in the morning, so I can't really. I have to go to be sleep by a certain point because I'm in class at 7:55 and I'm getting up at like 6:30, so I'm pretty unlucky when it comes to that. But anyways, do we have a background on gSAnwis? Do you remember anything of his playstyle?
I don't. He won the tournament. I'm guessing he won about 3 weeks ago, so maybe even longer than that. So I don't remember.
Tough bracket, easy bracket, was it?
I couldn't tell you who he played. So if I mean, I can definitely click here. I have the ability to. So let me do that.
I just looked now. He went. It was a full bracket. He beat Bonkers in the finals.
Oh, okay, yes.
Again, also in the round of 16, and he beat Pop-Tart in the first round. So he really.
Yep.
Yeah. This was 24 days ago, and I don't think he's been in too much since, judging by his history. So that's pretty interesting. I mean, just came out of nowhere and took a DayWalker. Pretty impressive feat.
Yeah. For sure. And I asked him how he says the name, and it is Anwis.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. I remember doing that during that tournament because we actually followed him through much of that tournament. Like I think he was at the top of that bracket, I believe. Yeah, and so we followed him all the way to the finals, and I was impressed. Like this is another scary Terran, like the elite legend, and Ogna we saw the other night. This is another Terran who can definitely take it down anytime. So
looks like he's going for Tech Web right away in his barracks. I don't know what he's going to decide to open up with. Could be Reapers even, because judging by his fast gas, I mean, Reapers are quite rare, but they're definitely an interesting choice. We'll have to, I mean, I've seen, there we go, we've got a Reaper on the way. Speed Reapers are quite the pain in a Zerg's side if you really know what you're doing with them, but it's annoying. You have to get factory tech to get the upgrade. But yeah, I haven't seen Reapers in a while. I like when players really mix it up.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, the Zerg went pool first, and then went hatchery, I believe.
Yeah,
maybe I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure he went for that succession of structures. I don't, but I mean, just because the Zerg goes pool first doesn't always guarantee that they're going to make units. Sometimes they'll just kind of feel satisfied with having the structure. I mean, it's definitely simplifies things because wings don't take very long to make, but it's not always going to guarantee them a secure defense.
Yep. Do we have the Reaper out now? Yes, it is. It's going across the map. It's going southbound.
Yeah, just one Reaper, so I mean, smart. He's not over-investing, but he'll probably be able to pick up a couple kills and justify its cost. So he's got 2 wings there, but Reapers can really abuse that high ground. There's going to be a queen out, so the Reaper's just going to snipe a drone. I think the scouting is really what's important if Anwis wants to get into the main. And even if he loses the Reaper, he knows exactly what his opponent's up to. We've got 4 queens also. And we're going to have 4 queens shortly after these 2 finish for Sacrilege. So he's going to probably play that really creep-heavy style, and he's droning up quite hard. A lot of Zerg players like to delay their third on this map just to play it safe against Terran aggression.
Okay, the Terran is now going to put down 2 more barracks. So after the expansion, he's not going to go factory. In fact, he's going to go barracks. So going to pump out some bio here at the start. And, might as well. It's a good, safe play against the Zerg.
Yeah, as long as you're able to get those Marauders up front and micro reasonably well, then you should be good. There's a cancel there on that Spine Thrower for Sacrilege, so he was just kind of feigning the defense. I don't think he needed it, though, because he had 2 queens there, and the Reaper's not going to be able to do too much.
Exactly. He wanted to show Anwis something there. Like, okay, I'm putting down a Spine, maybe I'm going to go like, you know, Muta or something like that.
Exactly, because on Anwis's vision, he still sees that spine as if it were building. We got an NG Bay on the way for our blue Terran player. Looks like he's playing, I mean, he's not playing overly greedy like that insane blind 3-base play we saw from some Protosses on Saturday night, but he's playing a smart greedy style. He's throwing on 2 reactors, getting that NG Bay. He'll be able to get some nice upgrades out and a strong Marine force, because it doesn't look like Sacrilege is going for a Banewing nest. That would be really useful for him against that Marine-heavy army.
Interesting. In fact, he's putting down a 3rd, so there we go. He's going to go macro style. And I'm curious to see what he puts down after. Oh, he puts down a Roach.
He's getting Lair right now also, on a side note.
Oh, and he has a Roach Warren, so he went Roach. So, awesome.
Probably expecting mech out of his opponent. I don't know what he scouted with his... I mean, with his Overlord, he saw his Overlord at the natural just barely getting out of there with his life, but he saw a Tech Lab on the barracks, didn't see any of the gases, so Sacrilege could use a little bit more scouting. If he saw... Because, I mean, he might think right away, okay, he's going to switch that up with a factory and go tanks, but although Anwis is getting a factory, it's not enough to bank on, so I think Sacrilege is maybe playing Roaches a little bit in the dark here, because all that Anwis has to do is just build some more Marauders, and then he's good to go.
Yeah, in fact, the only thing Sacrilege has seen is an expansion and the barracks with the tech labs. So, curious, you know, what Sacrilege is thinking right now. His speed is almost done for him, but look at this. Stim and +1 is getting done for the Terran, and he's going to have Medivacs out here
he's
in a
getting
short
that,
order.
Starport, and he's going to be able to switch it up. Might even go for some Hellions while he waits.
Yep, so I believe we're going to see like some kind of drop play here with +1.
Oh, there we go. We got the Aspire and the Banewing Nest in almost complete synchronization. So, Mutawing Banewing, that makes our job very easy here. I mean, can't really do anything else.
Yep, this is very powerful against Terran, especially off of 3-base like he's going to have. Especially if he gets fully saturated on this type of build, this is going to be
Deadly. He can just pump out so many Banelings. And also, Anwis has a really high Marine count. He's going to have those Medivacs out, like you said, but he has those siege tanks so essential in dealing with Banelings. So all Sacrilege sees what he wants to see, a bunch of Marines. He's got his NG base, so he's upgrading his bio, and he's kind of committed to it, adding on 2 more racks. So there is the tech lab, though, on the factory right now. So he could go for some tanks on the side. I don't know if he has the kind of bank for it. He's only on 2 bases. Yeah, we've got a nice creep spread also from Sacrilege.
Wow, so a total of, what was that, 5 barracks now are made. He has the Wall of China built around his natural. Awesome.
But except he forgot the behind the gas there. They could still run right by.
Oh, true. There's like a little choke area for this behind this gas here. In fact, he didn't even take the gas. He doesn't even have a building there. It's just, oh, there he goes. Now he finally gets it. So that's funny.
No Banelings though for Sacrilege yet, and he doesn't have speed, so this gives Anwis a decent time. A couple Marines going to get surrounded there. And Anwis needs to be careful he doesn't walk on creep here.
Oh, the Marines were out in front and taken out by those Zerglings.
There's siege tech now from
sniping
Anwis.
Overlords.
He scouts a high link count, but doesn't know the Banelings are there quite yet. What is he seeing? I'm checking his scouting. No, he hasn't seen the Spire, hasn't seen the Banewing Nest, but he is getting his siege tech.
Yeah, when he sees these mutants in the air, there's going to be some serious... I mean, he has enough Marines on the map that if the mutants attacking the Marines, it'll, that wouldn't be good. But if the mutants go for the main base, that could be... No, he doesn't want to do that. Okay.
Okay, he was just... he's trying to focus on that tank there.
Okay, that's fine, but still, he's going to lose a lot of mutants here, and...
He's building 28 wings off of, behind this, and Anwis can't really kill him right now.
No.
But our Blue Terran's going to get that 3rd base that he really desperately needs. If you look at his natural right now, the amount of workers on there, he's got over 1 full page of SCVs, and he just really needs to start pushing out some mech, getting that armory. So, I mean... This is looking good for Anwis. Sacrilege at lower population than his opponent, which is never a good thing. But if he needs a higher Baneling count, he's now getting 10. That's exactly what he needs. He just needs to play this mobile playstyle, get more mutas, more Banelings. He's got a good bank for it too, so he should just be. If he's not missing his injects, that is, then he should be pretty well set to have a large army force.
Yeah, I like the creep spread. I like this creep highway going on here that the Zerg had until the creep primers were taken out by the Terran. But still, it was a good highway up here, which is nice because he's going to have all of that area that he can fight on and probably feel pretty comfortable if the Terran's down here on that creep.
For sure, but I mean, one of the main components of a Mutawing Banewing playstyle is harassment with those mutas. It's kind of keeping your opponent off balance, always making sure you're harassing the SCVs. So not only has Sacrilege revealed the mutas, we can't do much harassment because there's missile turrets at pretty much every base except the main, but he's hasn't gotten any harassment done. It wasn't like they were revealed after he sniped like 10 workers at his opponent's base before the missile turrets were up.
Yes, exactly. I totally agree with you. These mutas can do a lot better things if they were in the bases instead of along on top of this Terran army, which will absolutely destroy these mutas if given the chance.
Yeah,
so,
now it's Sacrilege getting Hive and a third hatch, or fourth hatch, sorry. And he's got a macro hatch, infestation pit. I think infestors would really help his cause right now. If he researched burrow at one point. So if he either goes burrowed banewing bombs, which I haven't seen as long as I've casted Daywalker, or burrowed infestors, which can be a real pain, then he can turn this game around. But right now I would say he's behind because he's allowed the Terran to turtle up, get to a total of 69 workers to his 67, and he's getting his 2-2 one vehicle weapons. Meanwhile, Sacrilege himself only getting 2-2 for his wings, and now he's going to get those pathogen glands too.
Yeah, Okay, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what Sacrilege decides to do here. If he keeps attacking into this Terran Marines with these mutas, I fear for him. But he's just looking for tanks to snipe is basically what he's doing. He's scouting around, looking for these naked tanks, basically. Okay, now finally he takes his mutas to the very top of the map and taking a right turn.
Yeah, so we've already got this tournament moving on pretty quick. I was just checking the practice there for a second, so I'm sorry for being out of touch, but
no problem.
Yeah, it was just, I think Monkey's advanced, STN's advanced. I don't know who won between Elite Legend and 5-year-old. That pretty star-studded match. But
yeah, I know. It's just how it goes sometimes. When I pick a match that's cast, and all of a sudden you see another one like that, it's like, okay.
Well, it's because Elite Legend wasn't in the tournament at that point, so it was unexpected. But we do know Sacrilege trying to harass with these mutas. Does not want to engage that missile turret, but he didn't lose any, so not too bad. He lost one to this turret, but he's just going to move in and try to avoid it. But very well placed there from gSAnwis. There's even another one over there that was hitting some of them, so I think only one muta lost there. He's forced gSAnwis to overproduce turrets, but he's now going to have his famous crack upgrade, which I haven't seen in a while either. A lot of infestors on the field, and getting that Greater Spire. I think gSAnwis knows he needs to kill his opponent right now, so we'll have to see how well our yellow-orange Zerg holds off. He gets a nice flank there, and oh wow, a lot of the Marines died. The infestors, though, quite vulnerable, and 66 links. I don't know if that'll be enough to do it. It might be, but this is pretty bad for Sacrilege right now. So close to getting that Greater Spire, but he doesn't have Corruptors out, so it's not like he'd be able to immediately get his Brood Lords. But 76 links, not something to take lightly.
Nope, the third base goes down. He has his tank sieged here. Well, he's going to unsiege him now, but that was a great position for him to be on the high ground. There's no way the Zerg could attack into him at that point. Meanwhile, he's going to just unsiege his tanks and march down here to the natural. And can Sacrilege destroy this force?
Man, I think he's actually able to, and now this is really good for him, because although gSAnwis does have something of a follow-up for 6 Corruptors on the way, and if those Brood Lords come out, we have no Vikings right now for gSAnwis, and he could just fall victim to a nice counter push.
Wow.
Although the base was lost, that was nicely done from Sacrilege.
Yes. I believe it was a mistake for gSAnwis to start to move for that natural. I think with him being sieged there at the third was just a perfectly nice position for him to have to allow his reinforcements to come. But
maybe even check for that 4th location and pick that off too, because that would be amazing for him. Just kill it and then get out.
Yeah. In fact, look, he's moving his command center over here to this 4th base location at the top of the map, and he has another command center being made at his 3rd. So, okay for gSAnwis right now, but that army that he lost hurt a little bit. That stung a little bit for gSAnwis.
He's still got a strong economy. I mean, 12 Marines at a time. What can I say? He's building another command center at his 3rd. So I mean, he didn't lose anything at home, and the fact that he was able to reproduce his force pretty quick means that I still think he's the favorite to win this at this point. Only 2 Broodlords being morphed at this point for Sacrilege. Just does not have the gas to make any more. So they would be pretty vulnerable to just a strong Marine Force stimming. And I mean, he's not against a Protoss player. If you're Protoss, it's a lot harder with Blink Stalkers to try to handle your opponent's Broodlords, and especially if you get fungled. But with Marines, I don't know. They're smaller units. You can get a lot more of them. Just stim under, focus fire, especially when there's only 2 Broodlords out and mostly Corruptors. So I think gSAnwis just making this other Marine tank medevac push out, and
he has a canopy of medevacs in the air. You know, when you look up, you don't see the sky. You see medevacs is what you see above you.
That would be pretty neat if you're just a Marine and you can't. The sky is. It's like you just have a cloud over your head and it's your medevac.
Right. Yeah. It's like, what's blocking the sun? Oh, that's what it is. So anyway,
he's gonna go back to that position that you recommended. Although the base is only now being reproduced.
Yeah.
Not very many Broodlords out though. Only 2. I think Sacrilege might even have to GG here just because of how low his gas bank is. He does have enough to make another though. He 150, 150.
Ooh, we have a renegade force over here to the left attacking into this 4th base.
Yeah. Nice little platoon there. That's going to really destroy some of Sacrilege's economy. He's only down to 49
and the main force gets attacked into. Is he going to lose his force again?
Oh my, it's so close, but it looks like the Marines are going to be able to survive this, except a very nice fungal there from Sacrilege, going to be able to slaughter them. But I don't know, the scars are still there, and it looks to me like, although gSAnwis can lose as many armies as he wants, he has so many units out on the map right now. 2 more CCs being built. He'll have an insane number of orbitals, getting 12 Marines at a time, even Vikings with +1 ship weapons, and not to mention his Marines are 3-3 as of just now. So, I mean, Sacrilege has, I think, 1 weapons. No, he has 3-2. So, I mean, close upgrades, and he's getting his 3 Carapace soon. But if we look at our economy, just look at the gas count for gSAnwis. His population hasn't gone anywhere near 100, but Sacrilege is regularly dipped below that. I don't know, well played from Sacrilege, he held off, but it was just that gSAnwis was able to snipe that base. He was able to just get a little bit of a small amount of damage done each time, and then finally cleaned it up after that last push out, it seems. Should just start massing up on Ravens. He has no minerals, but so much gas at this point, breaking 3,000.
Yeah, he does. 3,000 gas for the Terran. I don't know, were you in the cast with the gas series that we casted on, what was it, last Wednesday, I think it was?
Yeah, it wasn't in that game. I remember watching the, I don't know if I saw the series, but I heard about a lot of gas at one point when I was watching some of the VODs.
Austin, you have lagged out.
Oh, I'm sorry, my SC was being weird, sorry about that. And now we do have gSAnwis picking off one of the other expansions for Sacrilege, so I think that is a game pretty much. Nicely done. Sacrilege showing a strong show, but gSAnwis, I don't know, he shows that form that he had when he tore through the bracket a couple weeks ago.
And GG from Sacrilege.